but Cruzy and Reyes are there to stop this. The clothing store is the cover used by Naga right at Hotshot Kid with a backlight kill onto JD. Here comes the engagement coming in from Pointbreak, and the Orbs of Destruction are there for poking.
This is where Pointbreak will have started to suffer because Divecom has been said, right, to not be strong against that, but on the street face of King's Row. But we will see a grab comes down here, countered by the Trance, but there will still be kills coming out of it, and it looks like Pointbreak will emerge the victor.
Yeah. So and Team XP actually ending up wasting their Nano Boost, and Hulhog there, the Transcendence just healing too much, and actually was the only one caught out. So even though the Transcendence was stuck in a spot, really good play there from Pointbreak to play around it, play with it. When you actually needed healing, they would go back to the Zenyatta, and yeah, so Team XP now on the back foot. DJ Destiny switching to the Lucia Reyes with the D.Va instead.
How do you feel about like them GE changing to a dive rather than a death ball?
Because they want to go for the dive here to actually contest the second point with the Riptar in the backline as well. There is a Deadeye, however, DJ Destiny gets taken down. Nomad with the kill also onto the Riptar, so the Junkrat play actually does not work out. Here are the kills coming in from Pointbreak. Nomad and JD doing their work, doing all that damage. Reyes though on the backline gets D-Mech, however, and this should go to Pointbreak right here.
Perhaps I'm too much of a fan of the Reinhardt combo. I still feel that they could have played a Reinhardt there. Just play a Lucio. Lucio is your mobility, speed boost everyone to the point, and then you actually have an opportunity to block the high noon that was definitely going to come up from Nomad, because they knew that the McCree definitely had high noon. That's why I was wondering what prompted the switch to dive.
I do agree, honestly, that the Reinhardt going in with the Lucio would have done more work, but looks like XP actually has more comfort. Look at their lineup. It is the most classic of all classic dives. They have the Genji and the Tracer with those jumping tanks, but now JD with the headshot kill. They're on the Judge on the top part. Really good aim there coming in from the Tracer. Now Saber with a Valkyrie with a Self-Destruct in the middle. Hotshot Kid gets blown up. Light is the next target. Here comes a dive into spawn, and Pointbreak is just pushing heavily.
I was gonna say it's great to see GE winning, but both teams are GE right now, so I gotta watch my words. One team is XP and the other is Pointbreak. So the engage will come up, but Judge gets shot down immediately.
Judge getting taken down, Saber down with the damage boost right there, and DJ Destiny once again is in the sight of Nomad. Deadeye straight onto him. Here comes the D-Mech onto Reyes, and Pointbreak just going half, getting those kills, and looks like they're gonna be able to full cap King's Row here.
One thing I would like to point out is Pointbreak does this very well. I believe I spoke at the start of the round that Pointbreak has very aggressive engage that is also followed up very, very well. And we do see this happening, but Pointbreak always wants to go for the fight, right? Maybe that's why they decided to play the way they play, but they're always going for fights. They're always rushing to A, they're rushing to B, they're rushing all over the map, trying to get control over as massive a space as possible. So I think XP here can do better, but I think they're also feeling a bit cowed under the immense pressure that the more aggressive team Pointbreak is now doing to them.
I do agree with that. Looks Pointbreak showing everyone how to play a very extendy push, even without a Lucio. You can scatter around like that. You don't really need to clump up without your Lucio. Instead, your healing can come from other sources, and lots of damage coming in from the Zenyatta as well. On the other hand, Team XP looked like they were trying to make something work with the dive on defense. But King's Row isn't really that kind of map in a sense. You always want to see a death ball, because the Deathball can do so much more damage. Zarya just is a straight line laser beam. The Reinhardt with a really huge hammer. Very, very what do you call this? Guaranteed sources of damage. And it's a lot stronger than the Winston Tesla cannon.
It's nice to know that we will actually be seeing a Brigitte for King's Row, because in Screams, right, I found out that I believe that Brigitte is actually pretty strong right now. I could be wrong, of course. The meta isn't fixed in place yet, but I believe Brigitte is quite strong, and if one of the team decides to run Brigitte on defense for maps like King's Row or I don't know, Blizzard World, I think it'll be kind of interesting to see how they run it, because they definitely will have practiced it in Screams. So we are going to see like the cumulative practice of Brigitte. But I don't think they run it. I don't think they're going to be running it in the end. They're going to go for the standard Moira Lucio.
It feels like the Bridget is really good where the Reinhardt is, and you really have to go for those offensive pushes. But at the same time, it's not that much healing coming in from the Inspire. Instead, the Moira is a very guaranteed biotic or potential of healing, and looks like the left click as well is there from the Moira, just heals everyone in a line. And now we do see Judge going in with the charge, just boops the Roadhog into the air, giving the Roadhog actually lots of space to work at Nomad now with the hook there. In the meantime, Light is on the point. Cruzy getting some shots with the Helix Rockets, taking the position as the Widowmaker was a while ago, taking some shots there, but Naga already with the barrier on the point, and this will force XP to actually back off a bit to try and regroup.
I think one of the things that the XP can do a little bit better is not to rush in so fast, because what you need to do is to get coalescence as fast as possible. So just keep the tank alive, play a little bit, play aggressively, yes, but within within reason, so that you actually can get coalescence fast. But because they play so aggressively, one of them get picked and they had to reset immediately.
And yes, and exactly what you mean. If you actually die, how can the Moira heal you up? The coalescence won't be charging, you'll just be wasting time. And looks like Team XP will be backing off. DJ Destiny is already in speed. So this is obviously for the Moira's advantage with the ultimate charge. Biotic Orb bounces off in quite a weird fashion.
While the Moira does have 90% ultimate, that's actually, relatively speaking, still very slow, because most Moira aim to get it within like 20 to 40 seconds off the first push. So that's, I mean, I don't know, they're gonna only get 2 coalescence, maybe 3 in this fight here, in this first fight.
So now coalescence here is ready. Oh, Hotshot Kid gets hooked up. He's really out. High energy though. In the meantime, McCray with his Riptide knows that they are on the second floor. The Moira is spotted out and boom, goes to Dynamite. McCray gets taken down. In the meantime, there is another boost. Oh, to JD. Doesn't need the tactical visor. He has aim akin to that. And Pointbreak is keeping the point actually not broken here.
So right now, XP is just one of the reasons why they're just losing is because they're leaking people. One person keeps dying in like the most weird position, and one guy gets hooked, or this guy gets punished too much, and then they just getting staggered, right? They're just not executing well enough. But it doesn't matter. We will see Hotshot Kid with the Graviton now, and the Tactical Visor is coming out. And of course, we do have the first coalescence here from Light, so maybe we will see a successful push. This looks kind of good actually for XP. The only thing, will August get off a good enough transcendence to render all these ultimates smooth?
Yeah, so in that push, Hotshot Kid actually falls down, giving time for Pointbreak. JD already with attack visor, but Cruzy is there to shut this down. Tactical visor trying to get some work done, but Naga with a really well-placed barrier. And yes, Team XP is actually beaten back. Once again, Reyes does fall. So sadly there, DJ Destiny did do the speed boost, but Hotshot Kid actually falls down instead of jumps. So that actually wastes the time for the Zarya to get in position for the Graviton Surge.
One of the basic things that a Reinhardt has to do is to bait out the hook, because if you don't get the hook from the Roadhog, if you don't bait out the hook from the Roadhog, as long as they hold the hook, you guys are, XP is in a really, really dangerous position. So I don't see any attempt at baiting out the hook, so it becomes what XP is doing now is just a very, very predictable manner of play.
Pointbreak with the Riptide to start things off. Judge and Hotshot Kid have fallen. August with a Transcendence as well. So maybe XP wants to back off, not burn any more ultimates, because they do see Pointbreak using theirs. Jay dives in onto Cruzy, trying to, Light gets hooked up, gets taken down. That's a style right there for the Moira and the Soldier 76. So XP will only have one more push in this fight in case
I feel that XP must be feeling like kind of tilted right now, or just frustrated with the kind of progress they got, because it kind of looks good. They're moving in fast, and suddenly one person dies out of nowhere, and I think some of them don't even know how their teammates died. So we need to see this follow up. They don't have trance anymore. They can't go for the grab.
Looks like they are going for it. Really good grab there, trying to go break the barrier, and McCray though with a kill onto 2. There is a supercharger as well. The Junker can do so much damage alongside the Rona. Hotshot Kid really low, will fall as well, and that should be it, unless Raze can do something with his spawn or Light. No, they're way too far away, and wow, Pointbreak is gonna take this with a full hold.
So we are going to be looking at the replay. We're going to look at how they won the last team fight there. But mainly it was just XP. One of the main things was just XP way of running the execution. Maybe there was some problems with the comms, because they actually ran it right. Like they pushed the correct area, they went the correct position, they used the characters sort of well enough, but they keep licking people. And then the only reason those kind of lick happens, right, is maybe someone failed to call, or maybe you failed to call that the Roadhog still has hook, or you're not trying to bait out the hook. Like small little mistakes like that against good teams will get punished every single time. Wow, okay, that's MR votes for the card.
Yeah, I do agree. It was really interesting in that last push that Team XC just going in, they knew their Zarya Hotshot Kid had 100 energy, so they just went for it, Graviton Surge and all, but it just wasn't enough. McCray getting those free shots with those grenades, and I feel for the Zarya of Team XP, he just held that Graviton Surge for pretty much the whole round, and it's really sad to see the Zarya end up like whiffing it, in a sense, only getting the Orisa and another one from Pointbreak. I think cut voice, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Nice momentum all the way.
It's okay. Just, dude, it's better to just
Yeah, that's
say
true.
everything.
Better
Yeah.
safe than sorry, right? Yeah.
Okay lang. Well,
I didn't expect that.
Point Break is, oh, parang right now, Point Break has a small advantage, honestly. Parang Team XP haven't seen them in a while. Parang, you know.
True.
Wait, sorry, I'm Filipinoing you. Yeah, I haven't seen them actually.
I get the point. Yeah. So, no
Actually,
problem. No problem. Yeah.
yeah.
I thought that GXP, I don't know, I think they could have played a little bit more aggressive, maybe just comms a little bit more. And I know I realized the Rahat didn't try to, I was watching from the Rahat point of view, and I thought the Rahat didn't try to break the hook, try to beat the hook. Normally you just, flicker your shield and you go like, oh, he has no hook, then you push in. But XP just played so predictably, so Point Break always have like a horde or fortify or a hook for them during their push.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just really predictable play.
Small mistakes as well there from XP, but I think that the next map here in Nepal will actually play better to the strength of XP.
Because it's KOT is just going to be a full brawl, right? So no more of this.
And honestly, from our scrims with XP, it's like King's Row wasn't actually one of their better maps. One of their best maps. They were pretty good with it, but yeah, we usually had the advantage against them on KR. And I think Nepal here, any control map rather, would actually be better for Team XP.
I think one of the things also because like their main tank, like DJ Destiny, he's not a Ryan player. He's more of like a Winston player. I mean, he plays Ryan, but he's stronger on like Winston and Zaya, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, he's definitely gonna. That was a bit of a mechanical struggle over there.
Yeah, but
so anyway, I think we are into the map live. Okay,
nice.
So
nice.
So we're gonna be going to Nepal, right? Yeah, we're gonna be going to Nepal, and it's going to be.
Village first?
Village first, yep. It's going to be Village first. So I believe both teams will be playing Dive here. I mean, that's the meta comp. Is that a Brigitesi? Oh, no. It's still waiting for play. I was like, wait, why are they even outside of the spawn? Aren't they locked up in spawn?
Dude, there's a Torbjorn. There's a Torbjorn on Village. Unless you actually do that cheesy competitive play where you put the turret on the top fort and then getting the shots onto the point, it's pretty much a waste.
Both teams saying hi to each other. Alright.
Now we are going to be starting here on Nepal Village. We'll probably either see maybe a Farah, maybe a Bridget, or standard dive. Those are like usually picks here.
Like a stage com. In contenders right now, the contenders is one patch behind, but so there's a bit of a technical difficulty. But anyway, in contenders, a lot of teams like to play Reinhardt. They just play 4 or 5 tanks to counter the dive comp. So it's kind of like reverse mind games, and just rotate straight to point and just hold it and force, so that the enemy can't dive them that easily. So I don't know whether we're going to be seeing a stage comp right here, but I definitely won't. I know that XP won't be playing a stage comp because, like I said, they don't really have a strong Reinhardt player. So I think both teams will be going dive.
Looks like it. Point Break with a very interesting lineup right now. So let's check out first XP with their standard dive, Lucio and a Mercy. No, look, that's what I was saying. The fire is there with the Mercy of DJ Destiny. This will be a little problem on the ground floor with Light being the only source of healing for Judge and Reyes. But it's up to Hotshot Kids to compensate with those rockets. In the meantime, Point Break is actually running the Sombra. So what do you think about the Sombra Moira coming out from Point Break?
I feel Sombra is like really strong on this map. Like Sombra, when used well, it just requires a lot of coordination, and it's sort of a form of set play. So I think it's actually a stronger comp. They just have to know how to run it. But I think they must have scrimmed with it. As for the composite comp, it's more of like a counter dive comp. So anyway, you do see picks coming out right now. Judge goes down, Cruzy goes down, and Reyes gets out of mech and then immediately gets picked.
Yeah, so in that engagement, you can see Team XP did get the initial push in. They actually were on the side of Point Break. Point Break playing a little back, just waiting for the Sombra to get in position. Really smart play there. And now JD is on the backline. We'll try to go for a spawn cap. And Light gets hacked up. The Lucio almost completely useless there when hacked.
It's always interesting to see like a Sombra play against a Farah because both teams, right, are sort of counter dive. They don't really want to jump in because they're not playing pure dive. They want to wait for mistakes. They want to hack the tanks that are coming in. The Farah wants to stay safe, poke out. So when both teams play counter dive, you see a lot of this skirmishing like what we are seeing here because neither tank wants to engage.
Yeah, so now here you do see an engagement on the point. Coalescence coming out from August JD though, where the backline can auto judge. Now there's a hack, doesn't really prevent the resurrect, but still Point Break is just keeping the point in their favor. And looks like Judge and Hotshot are the only ones with Rocket Barrage ready. But of course XP won't be able to use it and will not use it. And Point Break now with another team kill here on Village.
So it looks like Point Break is gonna go rack up to 44%, and they do have a sound barrier coming soon. So they don't have a coalescence gun. They use this to secure the last fight, but they do have sound barrier, and that's gonna be a huge boost to their defensive capability because the enemy team here, XP, also have their own defensive ultimate.
Yeah, the EMP is available. We'll be able to cancel out a Rocket Barrage. I believe Naga now jumping in straight onto the tank. Hotshot Kid with a Rocket Barrage way too far up to be EMP'd by JD, and JD actually falls instead. In the meantime though, Red getting those kills. Cruzy, Judge, and Light all have fallen. Nomad on the backline. Very, very sneaky play there from the Nomad right here. Getting those kills. Judge is the only one left on the point. He falls as well to a ding from the Tracer. Point Break with
I think
another
this is
kill.
when Light will want to use his sound barrier because you know, the EMP got shut down straight away. They did win the fight, yes, but the Sombra died straight away. So now their sound barrier is going to be safe, right? But it will be contested against with a counter sound barrier. So we're going to see who outs first because they will get. It looks like XP is going in with the sound barrier.
So the DJs have dropped their beats right there. In the meantime, August with Coalescence as well. Point being ignored though.
What the?
Yeah, so everyone's way too busy engaging, so the point
Speedfire does it, we do it too, my friend. We're as good as them, man.
Yes. Overwatch League ready, my friend. We're London now.
Yeah. Oh
So-
god, I can imagine what's going on in their voice comm right now. Wait, what? What? For both
What
teams, right?
happened?
Not just for the
What-
losing or winning teams. Both teams are taking it back, I'm sure.
Yeah, so Point Break though will just need to take this to take the win in Nepal and take the series. On the other hand, Team XP will have still a fighting chance here on Sanctum, and if they're able to do so, will go on to Shrine. So here on Sanctum, of course, we'll see the Environmentalists at work. They have the Orisa, we have the Road Dogg, we have the Lucio for Team XP.
Both teams, right? Well, both teams
Yeah,
have
both
a strong
teams actually.
Winston. They know that playing Winston against Orisa comp here, it's kind of suicidal. So they're
Yeah.
gonna both opt for like the Orisa Roadhog, which is very, very meta right now.
Yeah.
Both at their own side of the bridge, but it looks like XP Chill will be the first one to break.
Both teams also have the Junkrats, so grenades will fly, scrap guns will fly. Here comes the hook, doesn't connect, however, and now a dive coming in from McCray. He gets halted up though, and Hotshot Kid with a really good kill. Now JD with the return kill in the backline. Cruzy is going for the
what?
Z, and boom, DJ Destiny with a boom onto Nomad. So XP with the advantage in this engagement so far. Yes, looks like they're gonna be able to take it. Saber gets hooked up. Fade is there, but now he's really low. He goes down to Cruzy. And
I
XP.
think this from like a first-hand experience, but Hotshot Kid is actually a pretty good Junkrat. So he's one of those like really unpredictable Junkrat, and I feel that he has strong showing as a Junkrat. So we do see a pick coming out from Hotshot Kid. The only surprising thing is he didn't get tire. Maybe he's killing people too fast, but Jetty's going to be the first one with the tire, and we do see the tire emerging from the left.
JD got more damage out onto their tanks, and boom, gets to Cruzy though with a kill there on the JD. Saber now and Light both have the coalescence ready. Here comes the hook onto the road. Now he's gonna fall down, and Point Break will take this. Light ends up wasting his coalescence, gets taken down quite quickly. And Point Break now with the recapture here. But in the meantime, Cruzy trying.
See a little bit more, I think. More points, I guess.
Yeah, just really. Yeah, maybe
Oh,
try
wow.
to go for it. And here comes DJ Destiny. He wants to keep this point alive and finally both to fall to the Lucio.
Yeah, his destiny is death. But there was an okay stall, maybe 10%. I don't think it was that great. Maybe they should have just reset straight away. What do you think, Dust? Should they have reset or should they have tried for the stall?
I don't think a stall like that is good anytime before 99%. If you're near the 99, that's always good to try and, only have one more push in. But for a 40, it's not really worth it. You're just feeding ult charge, and it's unless you really want to go for those switches. And we do see a disconnect here from who disconnected? Cruzy. So he was a tracer. Probably he had internet issues, maybe a little too late with those blinks or something. I wouldn't know. But it looks like they just committed since Cruzy was on it anyway.
I definitely agree about the about the stalling thing, because if they didn't stall, they would have been at 33%. So they stalled and they're at 40. What's that? That's 7%. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. And what happens? You kind of stagger your team. You kind of waste 10, 20 seconds, and those 10, 20 seconds is far more important. Like 10 seconds for the Tracer, 10 seconds for DJ Destiny, and those 20 seconds are far more important than, I don't know, that 7 measly percent.